Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good. Trying to make sure this going out on my. I'm doing this on Discord, and I'm also setting up, looking at my Twitch, making sure it's going out on that as well. Twitch. Hey, Service.
What's the...
Oh, I did not hear you. Get that volume up.
How's that? Is that better?
Well, I think it's on my end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, speak again.
What's up?
I can hear you now.
GC?
Hey, Plot Doctor, welcome. What were you saying, Service? To make sure.
Remember what I was fixing to say? It's all good though.
Alright. To make sure. That was a creepy effect. So I have my Twitch stream going. And then the Discord, and then live, and the delay between them was kind of weird.
Yeah, there's always that little delay on each one.
Oh.
Well, so I looked at Discord today. We are at 163 members on Discord
163 members on the Discord.
Also,
please forgive me. Also, my dinner was I just got finished cooking, so I'm going to eat for a little bit before we get into the juicy stuff.
Let's see.
Ooh, hot.
TikTok was 7,600 or so.
When I looked, it was like 776 or 7765 or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you join my Discord? Link in the bio. You follow the link tree, and it'll get you to the Discord channel. Thank you, Violent Tank or Violent. Okay. So there's all kinds of things going on here. What am I eating? Italian sausage and French fries.
Announcements to come soon.
Yes, announcements to come after I finish my meal. We don't want to disturb the delicate ecosystem within my body. And you can tell that will be my next handle if the AMDM crashes. It will be the Biker DM. Unless there's somebody already out there for that. And I don't own a motorcycle, so that would really... It's the bicycle DM. I want to give me another motorcycle. I hadn't had one since I was in my early 20s. Yeah. Okay, for those of you that are on the TikTok Live, right now we have 18 people in here. The highest it has been 34. If we hit 34 members, or 34 people coming into this thing, everyone gets 10 experience points. And then you get 5 experience points for every member above that. So somebody keep track of all of those because I will not catch them all.
Alright, I'll try to.
Yes, I am in color. It only happens during the live. And you have not missed anything yet. Except for me.
Or special event.
I'm also answering things that are on the Twitch stream.
I should probably bring that up on my other deal. Hang on.
There's every simple puzzle I've ever put before my players. And I thought that was just a funny response because it was a very serious video and I didn't have any serious moments. But that was the sad moment. The most recent would probably be where I presented a puzzle box to the players from the Mad Mage. Basically, we were running the Curse of Strahd. They cured the Mad Mage. And so, as a little gift, I gave them a puzzle box, an actual physical puzzle box. Which two of my players were really excited for because it was a puzzle box. Those two players would have been my kids. They were excited for it. And inside the puzzle box, it had different compartments, so I put magic items in there. And so they were really excited. Well, the party's fighter, my wife's character, Clay, the one in the mimic armor, I believe this was right before or right after he had gotten the mimic armor, decided to look at the box first, and she couldn't figure it out. So she just violently shook the box until it opened. So in game, her character basically just smashed the box open on a rock. Yep, riddles are hard to do because sometimes they're too hard for the players, but not too hard for the characters. So you've got to just play with it with your dice rolls and your role playing to see how it comes up. $20 viewers. Just got to get to. No, you did not miss the announcement. I'm eating dinner real quick first, or at least most of it, and then I will slowly make the announcements out.
Stuff.
Because there's some interesting things planned.
Apply axe, repeat as needed. Yeah, that's definitely one of my characters.
I like to play. I like playing magic users because I want to see how creative I can get with the spells. So let's start with the spells. All right. I tried to duet it earlier, but I didn't have good signal where I was at. And as of right now, I mentioned two things. One, no, for all of those that are following here and are on the TikTok, you're not going to catch me with Brooklyn Tuesdays Rickroll. Okay? That's the first thing I want to mention. Somebody already got me with it. I have been tagged in her video. I've been tagged at least 8 times. And I've been sent that video at least 8 times. So you're not going to catch me with the Rickroll video. The second thing is there's a video, I forget who put it up, but it was a levels. It was dealing with the levels, high left level druid where he turns the animals. He's talking about flying up and turning and summoning creatures and a bunch of cows and doing damage. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research on the rules on that because something about that doesn't fly right. But if it works, hell yeah, use it. Yes, the meat ears. So the first thing I want to talk about is because of TikTok. So I'm going to direct over here for a moment. And people that have donated during the lives, I have been able. There's been enough donations for me to go buy dice. I mentioned that in the video. So I went and bought some dice. So I bought this set of dice, and I looked at the price of it and went, "Wow! For that price, I can buy 2 sets." So I bought 2 sets of dice with the money that was donated from the little diamonds and the hearts and the cakes and all that stuff. These 2 sets of dice are going in the box. So they're going to go in the box, and I got a little bag to put the dice in. So they're going to go in the box with the first set that I put in there. To get all the first set is my own personal dice I put in there. So these are going to get all the AM DM luck that a DM. It's going to give you all the luck a DM has.
After that rolling that the other night, yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad luck.
What version do I play? I currently play 5th edition. And out of every edition that's come out, I've played them all. I prefer 5th edition. So, ooh, that's a full bag of dice right there. That's 3 sets in there right now. That's almost full. They could probably use another set.
Nice.
So that was that's it. That's the announcement. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, no.
There's no such thing as DM luck. You're absolutely right. Because I roll as a DM. I roll really well or really badly. Most combat I roll poorly. I'm talking I lose initiative with my bad guys. All of them I end up losing initiative. Just horrible. Until I roll a crit. And then I max out everything. GURPS is I like the GURPS system. I still have 2nd edition GURPS, maybe 3rd edition.
I missed the axe for wax.
What?
I said I missed the axe of wrap and wax. The enchantment from Hackmaster.
Oh, Hackmaster is such a fun game.
Are you gonna bless those dice?
Am I going to bless these dice? I could.
You can always curse them as well.
I could do that as well. No, I would not curse these dice. These are going to some lucky person. They might get cursed after the person wins, but no, I would not curse the dice. You have to find a dice shaman to get it all taken care of. Jeez. Which reminds me, Cerebus, remind me about that later, because I might do something with the other thing.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in the council halls.
I'm with Davidson For me, it's win initiative, lose saving throws. Yep, that's completely my character every single time.
It ain't easy finding a dice shaman. It ain't easy being one. All my luck goes to other people. We're almost.
I will say that last game that me, you, and Tormy were in, that one, when we got in that room, we were all rolling great. I don't know how we did that, especially with
And we're
the
lucky
party
because we split the
4 ways.
party. Zen once said, "We don't split the party. We're adventurers. We travel in packs."
Yeah, except for it was 3 of us on our own and then 3 people together.
Yeah. I don't know what possessed us to split the party.
Yeah, it wasn't the wisest idea, but
It worked in our favor.
Craven really pulled us back together. Yeah, and that was just an awesome fight, and I got Jordans out of it. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, you took them off the meal we had previously.
I didn't eat the meal.
I know, I
better
did,
than
though.
to eat something
Ah.
weird.
All right. So for the next announcement, yes, it's going to be multiple announcements over the course of the night. So the next one is actually very soon. I've got to get with Cerebus and Tormy and a couple others. We're going to be doing I want to get a weekly game started that we can broadcast and show you guys on Twitch and YouTube and all of that good stuff. With Cerebus, it'll be Cerebus, Tormy, probably a couple others. I'll get some ideas. But we'll be doing a game, I want to do a regular game. We just got to find the right day. And I will be running a first come, first serve game once a week on the Discord channel. So, and that will probably start up sometime in the beginning of next month. I've got to talk to a couple other people about dates. But we will be running a first come, first serve, one shot. It'll be a one shot game. Each week will be a one shot adventure of the week type thing. Yeah, finding a day is really a difficult thing. I'm thinking the adventure of the week thing is going to be, regardless, I will do it on like Thursday. I don't know about Thursday night, but Thursday night seems like a good night. Every Thursday will be like an adventure of the week. That's the day time I'm running a game. I'll be running a game on Discord. So it'll be a first come, first serve. And I'm probably going to limit it to maybe probably around 5 or 6 players. So it will literally be I know Thursday night is Crit Roll, but I don't ever get to watch them live. I watch them on YouTube after the week after. Of course, I'm like 6 episodes behind.
Thursday is also my home game night, but it's every other week, so I can participate some.
Well, that won't be our council game.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be open to anybody who can get a spot at the table. And like I said, Thursday night might be a difficult night to do it because a lot of people watch Critical Role. I've got to go watch this Dimension 20. I haven't seen it yet.
It's done by the people from College Humor.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, like, I've watched a
French
few
fry?
of his campaigns, and he's good. They're funny as hell. So,
All right. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. You want the French fry? Good boy. Playing is definitely more fun. So yeah, that's we're going to be doing a council game, so there will be an official game being run. Excuse me. The Italian sausage is coming back. So we'll be doing the official game there, and then I'll be doing the first come first serve game. So the next, good evening, hello. On this day, the day of my daughter, you come to me asking for a favor. I forget the entire thing, but yeah. Those of you on the Discord, you may have noticed a couple of individuals whose, besides Tormy and Zen and Cerebus, whose names have been a slightly different color. Those are our shopkeepers. The shopkeepers are official sponsors of the AMDM. So
hooray for sponsors.
Yay! So they are donating items to put in the box. Demon Dice, DemonDice.ca. He is donating several sets of dice. Yes, Discord is in the profile. You have to follow the link tree. But he is donating several sets of dice. And after talking with my wife about this, we've decided that we're only going to put one of those sets of dice in the box. The other 9 sets are going to be secondary giveaways, which means the box is the grand prize, but there will be 9 other people that will receive something from that giveaway.
Nice.
So there will be a total of 10 winners on that giveaway.
And no, not Bluetooth set of dice.
And no, unfortunately, no, not a Bluetooth set. These will just be your basic dice. I assume this competition won't ship to the UK. You would assume wrong. I'll ship it anywhere I have to. It might not arrive very quickly, but if I have to if the winner is from the UK, I'll ship it to the UK. If they're from Australia, I'll ship it to Australia. I think I don't care. I'll ship it anywhere. Now, what condition it is when it gets there, I can't guarantee anything.
And shipping to Australia isn't that expensive. I mean, if you do it through the USPS, it'll probably be like $30.
Last one. You gotta do something. You gotta speak. What? Good boy. That's it. No more. Delivery via kangaroo pouch. And somebody earlier mentioned my cup. Thank you. This is actually a replacement that somebody sent me. Somebody here on TikTok had sent me this because the little monster right there knocked off the other one and broke it. All right. So I've talked about the
Sponsors.
the sponsors. I've talked about our game. I've talked about
Games.
the sit-in game. I've talked about the giveaway, which there's... Y'all know what's in the giveaway, right? Y'all have seen the stuff in there.
You might go over it again. I mean, it's.
I might go over it again. So-
Done a video, and since we hit 7,000.
Yeah, so when I hit 8,000, this box is going to gain another item. This time it will be a module from... I don't know if I don't know, it might be a classic, like a collectible style classic module, or it may be something a little newer. I don't know yet. But yeah, it's got miniatures in here. I think there's a total of 17. There's my little friend, the owlbear. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss my little friend, the mimic here. He's going away to somebody, so he needs a good home. But I've got a few miniatures, like 17 of them total. There is a mystery mini inside the gelatinous cube. There's things like, great and powerful liches. Some Etons, or Ettons, I should say. There's some smaller ones. It's like a little starter setup. There's a lot of little ones, and I don't want to eat up all the time going through all those. But there's some goblins and kobolds and displacer beasts. All right, and that's all of the minis. Y'all seen the dice? 3 dice sets.
Violent Tank on Twitch mentioned something.
I'm actually in at least one game, which plays every other Saturday, as long as I'm every other Friday, or what is it? Friday and Saturdays.
Friday, Saturday, it just kind of goes back and forth.
Kind of goes back and forth. The problem is, I have found it's a late night and I'm old, and I'm tired, and I get comfortable and fall asleep.
and then Cerberus kind of screws everybody over and does something stupid, because that's what Cerberus does.
So also included is the AMDM approved player card, ID card, which on the back says "Go forth and roll some dice." And then the approved Dungeon Master card, which on the back of that says, "I accept bribes." Keep that in mind. I accept bribes.
Yes, you do.
So those are going in the box. Also, I already put them in the dice bag. There will be, I don't know about y'all, but I like buttons. So there's also 2 of these in the dice bag. The AMDM buttons. Swag. Alright. Now for the grand part of it. Well, getting closer to the grand part of it. I'm not sure where... Hold on 1 minute. So, this is my copy of this, but this book is the main book in the giveaway. Yaro's Immersive Battle Maps. It is a lay flat book, so no matter, so it's going to lay flat wherever. There are nothing but battle maps
Maps and more maps.
inside.
I mean, how can you go wrong with having extra maps around, right?
And they're great. They're, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 different maps in here. Like I said, this is my copy. The copy I'm giving away is still wrapped up in the plastic and the cellophane. And going with that, there's going to be all of these peel and stick spell effects and dungeon clutter that's going in there as well. So you get
How many dozens of baked goods is a proper bribe to win the box?
You'll just have to wait and see. Hex or square? They are squares. So all of that's going in the box. And like I said, I'm adding stuff, like the miniatures I added, the dice I've added. So all of that, I don't want to knock these over and lose them. Cobalt tried to get away. Get back in the box. What do you mean in the box? Get in the box! Hi, my little friend. Alright. So those all going in there. So, and like I said, Freeze Productions is sending me some stuff to put in the box. I'm not sure if he's sending me dungeon tiles or miniatures or that, but I know he is sending me something to go in there.
And if you haven't seen his stuff, there's links in the Discord.
Oh my God, he is
will absolutely blow your mind.
He just got himself a laser. Was that a CNC engraver? Or?
It's a laser engraver. Yeah. Oh man, those maps.
He's done some maps on leather. He did Westeros. He's done Zelda.
Yep. Hyrule Castle.
Hyrule Castle. He's done Middle Earth.
Yep.
What other announcements are there? Well, you gotta let it flow naturally. All right. Trying to make sure I covered everything. Like I said, there was a lot of little ones. All right, so we did that one. Done that one. Talked about the sponsors. Okay. Now, first off, I have to state, nothing on Discord will change. Things on Discord will change. Nothing on TikTok will change. Not by much. It's going to be the same content. That's it. I mean, that's not it, but there is something I'm doing. And I thought a long time before I did this, I have started a Patreon account. Now, the Patreon account is going to be to help do giveaways. And mainly to help do the giveaways for a while, and to help do us some other things, possibly get me some better equipment to do the TikToks as well as for the YouTube channel. for the streaming stuff. It's hopefully it's going to allow us to produce more content. I've been working with Cerebus and Tormy, kind of working out some of the kinks and getting some ideas. Right now, there are 4 levels of Patreon. The first level is the NPC level. The NPC level, it's a $3 subscription, and the first thing it allows you to do is enter into the Parliament on Discord. You'll get access to Parliament and the Parliament voice channel. What Parliament is when we discuss stuff in the council section, when me and the mods and the admins discuss stuff, we will then take, as we boiled it down to decision stuff, we're going to take that into the Parliament, and the people that are in Parliament will get to vote on the direction on these different topics. So people that are that join the Patreon will actually have a say in what goes on the channels. They will also gain, on the Discord part of it, we're still going to be doing the homebrew stuff in there, but the final product, once we do it like the stuff that Tormy's putting out, it's going to get once it's all condensed and done up, it's going to get released to Patreon members first. And then probably, and I'm not talking like we're going to hold on to it for a long time. I'm talking maybe a couple of days, and then it'll get released into the general populace, so to speak.
Early access to
Yeah, basically you're just going to get early access to it. Also, the level 1 is the Patreon. Not only hold on, let me pull it up so I can stop trying to remember this off the top of my head. Get over there. Okay, that's not where I want you. I need you back over here. No. So, I heard noises, so I had to check something. Here.
We got another new member in Discord.
I don't know what I'm doing. Internet is strange.
Your old man coming out again.
My old man's coming out, bitch. Trying to find stuff that's not wanting to find. Go back there. The last time I was on, this was not as difficult as I remember it being. Where the... Of course, I've got like a large pin to the top Discord thing. I'm trying to swing it around and look around it. It'll be under. Oh, that's not it. Let's try that. Oh, wait. At work, had to drop out. The first come, first serve. No experience necessary. That's just our just let's go have some and play some D&D. The only
And,
restriction,
there's probably going to be people that come in and out of that game depending on their kind of stuff.
and that's the point. So there will be one stipulation. Well, there'll be a couple little stipulations on that. One, no chaotic evil characters.
Ooh.
There's a reason, because of the way the game has to be run. You will all be a member of an elite, basically an elite military force, like a SWAT team type thing, and you'll be sent on missions. So it'll be very much one shot. You guys are being chosen. This is your assignment. Go take care of it and come back. So that way, if people aren't able to play every week or different people come in, it doesn't take away from the fact that you can still play. And you'll be able to come in at any time. No, that's not what I wanted. Son of a bitch. Excuse my language.
Hey, look at that. I hit level 12.
Okay, that's another thing we're doing. I'm mentioning this now. This is more of a fun thing, not one of the big changes. But anyone who can knock Cerebus off of first place in the Discord, you have to do it. You have to hold that first place position for one full day, and I'll give you a set of dice.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
All right.
I think I'm so far ahead of everybody at this point. It's going to be almost impossible.
Okay. So, who talks too much? Oh, Cerebus talks too much. That's because he greets everyone. I think he greets them in his sleep. We know how he sleeps on video chats.
That was
All right.
just that one time.
So getting back to the Patreon. So the other thing you get the Parliament access. You get early access to the homebrew stuff that we create in there. And the last thing on that is you get to add a name to a list. Now, as a DM, and most of the DMs out there can attest to this, you have a list of names for when players walk up to the random guy on the street and go, "Hey, how are you doing today? What's your name?" Well, the first level access, every month you get to add a name to that list. So once I run the games that I'm doing, that I'll be broadcasting with Cerebus and them, and anything I run live, the NPC names that come across on the random NPCs they meet will be a name from, yes, even if it's Domo Origato Mr. Roboto. If that is the next name on that list, that will be the name I give the players. It won't matter. Somebody agreed to the challenge, Service.
Oh, no. I said I agreed to it because me and you talked about it the other day, and I'm like, yeah, if someone could actually beat me, that'd be hilarious. But
General
it's
area
not gonna happen.
Yes, I will accept any name to be put on that list. All right, that's tier 1. That's the NPC level. Level 2 is shopkeeper level. You get all of that stuff, as well as making the thing. Now, the shopkeeper is basically you're going to, at that level, you get to create a main NPC. We're talking a shopkeeper, a council member, somebody that the players will be going back and forth to whenever. Oh, and it won't matter if you create the shop, you get to create, basically, you're creating a character that is a permanent fixture, that's a shopkeeper or a merchant, in my world, quest giving type thing. It will be in there. As well as the NPC, the early access, and the Parliament. Now, the last thing, well, not the last one, there's one more tier higher. Tier 3, now this is the, okay, Tier 2 is $10 a month. Tier 3 is $20 a month. And that is a guaranteed seat at a table I will be running on a monthly game. Depending on how many people actually sign up for that thing will determine how many games I actually run in a month. But that is a seat at the table.
We'll figure out how to run a game every night of the month. We have to.
Yeah, I will run
gladly.
I will run a game flat out doing that. Wanting tour doing a tour doing. Well, see, now that brings us to the last tier. Now, the last tier on here, I do not expect anyone in their right mind to sign up for. It is the and I'm gonna say this, it's the joke tier.
It might be the right mind. You never know.
This is the tier where I will run a game for you anytime, anywhere. 3 o'clock in the morning in Chicago, I'll be there. 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Dubai, I'll be there. Of course, that tier is $50,000 a month. I don't think anybody's going to take care of that. Unless Elon Musk wants to play a game of Dungeons & Dragons. The sessions, they will probably be about 4 hours long. What about... No, I'm a little older adage. Rocks fall and everybody dies. And right, another thing about, I almost forgot this part because we're still working out the kinks on the Patreon stuff. What time do I usually start a session? Usually around 8 p.m. Eastern this time now, because I work. For the most part, I work a little bit later. And 8 o'clock is usually when I'm home, most of the time finished eating and ready to run. I would love for them to do that. And I would definitely love to run a game for those rich individuals and kill their characters repeatedly. Here's what it's like to be poor!
Session 1, they all get themselves killed. TPK. Straight up.
Then I'm gonna charge them $25
that almost ended that way.
I sent him the thing about the cows as well. A lot of people sent me the thing about the cows. Another thing, the patron. Now this is a patron exclusive each month, and each level the NPC will get one entry. The shopkeeper gets 2 entries, the player gets 3, and each month that entry will get added in for up to 3 months. At the third month, at the end of the third month, I'll be doing another Patreon only giveaway based on using the whatever funds have been brought in, and depending on how many members we get, how many patrons we get, will determine. I'm also planning on giving away, of course, more dice, book sets, all kinds of little things.
Joker tier gets all the entries.
Huh?
Joker tier gets all the entries.
Joker tier gets my name. Okay.
Stillmonger also asked, will the sessions be taped for the player level?
That will be determined by the players. If they, that's one of the things I'm going to have to work out with people that get at that level, because there are people that just aren't comfortable on camera. I am obviously not one of them. But if people are in those, they don't want to be recorded, we will just do. It will just be a private session. It will just be me and those players. Set up in a Discord a private Discord channel. But the one that I play with Cerebus and Tormy, that one's definitely going to be taped. Because we're going to see how crazy we can do these.
And you get to see how I fuck shit up.
And you'll get to see how I handle it. Yeah. Because it won't be as nice. I won't be as nice as I was with the whatchamacallits, the Bastions of Good.
Oh no, my characters end up getting parties in trouble all the time. Especially my rogues.
That's okay, Freeze. You didn't miss much. I did announce only 50,000 a month. Yes, only 50,000 a month. I think it's a good deal for being on call. Yeah, well, this broadcast right now is being streamed on Twitch. So anyway, what level character will you start with? The first, if you're playing in my game, you're going to start at level 1. So we go from there. Now, the game I run, that's going to be a first come first serve. I'm going to be doing. I'm going to trust the players to advance their levels according to the rules I set forth, which will be one session. At the end of the first session, your level, or you start out at the end of the second game that you play, you're level 2. And then you have to play 3 games to be level 3, and then 4 games to be level 4 more games to be level 4, so on and so forth.
Oh, I really like that kind of level up system.
It's nice because it puts a lot more distance every time you play. You have to play longer to get that more level up. And for a game that is going where your members are coming and going and not always able to be there, it allows you to level accordingly. I came up with that when I was hosting games at I ran a game day at our library in Louisiana once a month, and that was the way I leveled up everyone that was. If you showed up, people just marked it in their corner how many game sessions they were in, and then used that to level up. Level cap. Well, since we're playing 5e. The level cap would be level 20.
How long in on that game?
That is a
you actually get in our game freeze
Yes.
with the admin, the mods, and
yes.
everybody here.
Freeze your. You
Oh,
will
shit,
you will
really?
be in the yes. You're going to be in the broadcasted game. Yeah.
I'm completely down with that.
Raining there. I don't know if you were talking to me. Where do you sign up? The you gotta be part of the Discord. And that's it. You just for the come as you are, first come first serve game. 25 for my Discord. Yes, the link's in my bio. Yes,
For Patreon?
No, the Patreon link's not in there yet. I will be setting that up tonight. I didn't want to. I've been trying to be very careful about where I put stuff, because even when you sign up for the Patreon, I've got to set some things up on there that will automatically assign you a role in the Discord, so you'll have access to the Parliament and the Parliament voice. So there's a few things I still need to do, but I'll try to get those done tonight. Is Twitch currently broadcasting? Yes, I am currently broadcasting on Twitch.
And yes, Violent Tank, my rogues always do. Absolutely always.
So for that broadcasted session that we're going to be playing, what's that going to be through? Are you using like Roll20, or are you just doing it straight through Discord?
It will be straight through Discord. I've looked at Roll20, and Roll20 has a lot to offer, but you have to put a lot more work in it than I'm willing to put into it. Just flat out being honest.
Have you checked out Fantasy Grounds at all?
I've checked out Fantasy Grounds as well, and again, it's a lot more work than I'd want to put into it. Simply, part of it is on some of these to get all to get all the bells and whistles on it. You have to buy those books. Again, I bought these books twice already. One physical copy, one digital copy on D&D Beyond. I don't want to buy it again to get access to something that's in there, just so I can use a map and the lighting sources and all that. I can do most of that with a camera and my miniatures on my table and a grid that I lay out.
We just wouldn't be able to move.
No, but I could. So the grid I'm planning on laying out. Oh, you know what I mean?
I don't know if you caught the question from Steelmonger. As player tier, would you be able to give advice about a campaign he's working on?
Yeah, I can give advice about a campaign in any tier. You don't even have to have a tier. If you just post the question either on here or on here. If you post it in TikTok or on Discord, just at me and we can talk. If we're not friends on there, let me know that too, and I'll try to get that taken care of. Yes. And I think I have a character made for that game. but I don't ever remember when. And I, so yeah, and sometimes my son runs, and I want to give him that. And I think he's going to start running again on Wednesday nights. So Wednesday, it may be Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't know yet. 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, actually, I think I worked till 8 this weekend. There's a browser. I know. Again, it's just more work than I want to put into it. I can do the maps.
Your table is cooler anyway.
Huh?
Your table is cooler anyway.
Yeah, I do. I like my table. It's got lights. It's got electrical outlets.
Play like chess.
I've got
Right to E3.
all kinds of, and that's what I'm planning on doing. Is literally setting up a grid marked, A, B, C, D, and then E, F, G, and then you're like, all right, move me to A5. That way,
My battleship.
yes, I was waiting for that. But that's the way I think that's the best way of doing it. And I'm also there's a lot of theater of the mind. Yeah.
Theater of the mind is awesome.
Yeah, I do. It's most of it. I think for what you put into Roll20, which is great for those of y'all who use it. Do not get me wrong. I've just played around with it, but I can't get invested in it. It's more work than I put into a normal game. And that bugs the hell out of me. Because it's even more time. Now, I'll be honest. If I had more time to do it, I probably would. It's just I don't. That's my problem. I don't have the time.
Yeah, but never underestimate DM fluff. Like, that's what makes the game right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, is D&D Beyond going to be required? It's not required, but recommended. Highly recommended.
Most of the base stuff for building characters and everything is already built into like the free version of D&D Beyond. So if you want something like super specific, you don't even need to buy anything.
Because I imagine there's going to be more people wanting to play in my game than I will have ability to make campaign setups for. Because I know in the campaign setup on there, you're only allowed, even if the master tier level, you're only allowed 12 people in a campaign. 12 player PCs in a campaign. Active PCs.
Never played a game with that many PCs in it. That would be kind of crazy. And
if I was running
sounds like some Adventure League shit.
If I was running multiple, running a game where people could just drop in and out of it on a weekly basis, that's kind of would be a setup for that. But for the most part, you don't have to have it. I just recommend it because it's a really good app. It's a really good little setup, especially for 5th edition. And the stuff they're coming up with to add on to it and play with, it's great.
So, do I need to make a level 1 character then?
Yeah, we'll discuss that, how that's going to go later. We gotta get on Tormy about some more of those gunsmiths.
Oh,
Fucking Slacker.
that game. Okay. Yeah.
I've looked at
That
I've looked at
was-
Roll20. I've looked at Fantasy Grounds. I've looked at there was another one. It was a real simple tabletop. You literally, it was just a browser setting that you just had very basic icons on it. I mean, I might go back into Roll20 at some point. I still have an account on there, and I've played around with it. I don't know. I've just look. I just got to the point where I can do this on Discord. You gotta you gotta give me some time. I'm a slow learner on this.
But that's why the crazy old man has techies with him.
That's true. You do have to buy the books to get access to the stuff, but a good thing about the D&D Beyond is you don't have to buy the full book. If you're wanting just a certain aspect of it, you can buy. I went through a couple of weeks ago and bought all of the magic items and monsters out of the Ice Spire module. So you can buy just specific things out of a module or a game, out of a book. You don't have to purchase the whole thing. You can just sit there and purchase bits and pieces of it. Oh, you missed the announcement, Tiger Dragon? I'm quitting Dungeons and Dragons and I'm moving to the Great White North. No, that's not really it.
You're going beyond the wall.
I'm going beyond. I'm traveling where no DM has traveled before.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. They don't
This is
back.
just... Yeah, don't scare us like it. Now, Tiger Dragon, I've started a Patreon.
And we have sponsors now.
And we do it, and we do have sponsors. Yes, you can share books on. That's another thing I like about D&D Beyond, because I've got the master tier. I had a windfall at one point that I was able to purchase a legendary bundle, one of the early legendary bundles, and I went ahead and got the master tier subscription for the year. So all of my players at my home games and everybody who's played with me on D&D Beyond has access to all the books I have access to. And I usually buy, when a new book comes out, I usually buy the physical copy to have on the table. And then I buy the digital version as well. Yeah. And it was an accidental purchase for the legendary one. I was like, oh, I wonder how, oh no. At least that's what I tell the wife.
So I actually missed the announcement myself and came in late.
You missed the announcement too. Yes.
You have a sponsor?
Yes, you're. Yeah. We've got
I
two.
would hope you would know you're a sponsor at this point.
They're called shop. I'm calling them shopkeepers. There's Freeze Productions and Demon Dice.
Oh, those are cool looking dice. I've been looking at those.
DemonDice.ca.
Who is sending me a bunch of dice? Ouch. Yeah.
We gotta figure out what to send you.
Oh yeah, we didn't. He just mentioned that you were sending stuff for his box for TikTok. But we were wondering, do you know what you're sending yet?
No, what do you want?
Well, that's not for me to decide.
Made already.
So what do you want to send, and we're going to give it away.
I don't know, I got 3D printed stuff, I've got resin cast stuff. Been pretty decent at the first engraving.
I will say those engravings are fucking kick-ass. I love the maps.
That's why I already have one in the works.
Oh yeah, there we go. I could send one of the maps.
You're okay. You guys heard it. Freeze Productions is going to be sending a. Which type of map are you sending?
I don't know. I'm gonna go through which ones I have. I printed out, or I engraved like 5 or 6 of them.
Is it going to be on the wood or the leather or?
Oh, the maps are all on leather.
Oh, so this will be a map on leather. Do you get pre-painted minis or have the patience to paint your own? I do paint my minis. I do have pre-painted. I like collecting the pre-painted ones. But I do paint my own. I don't think I have any one that's. Oh wow, this one's still on. This is one I painted a while back from this was a Hero Forge mini. Want to focus? Gosh. My son's been using this one for his characters for a very long time. But most of the minis I have are pre-painted.
Alright, so I guess we could do a general consensus on this. I've got Middle-earth, Westeros, Skyrim, and then I have the Link's Awakening world map too.
Middle-earth, Westeros, Skyrim, and Link's Awakening map.
Link's Jams just sent some fire.
Thank you.
Limerick Jam.
That will get applied to
Things.
Limerick Jams. Awesome. Thank you. And I hope to be chosen later. Wait, somebody asked something about beast people. Hey, slow down. Slow down. Ty Rose, thank you. Ty, beast people. What about beast people? Are they... Yeah, if you're talking about wanting to play one, yeah, I have no problem with that. Ty Rose is cinnamon fire. Awesome. That's all go. Every bit of that is going to turn right back around and add some more little trinkets and things to this box. Man, that box is going to be kind of badass.
Expensive as shit because it's going to be heavy as crazy heavy by the time. I mean, we still get
the first donation,
8K, 9K, and 10K to add stuff to it.
The first donations are going to be used just to cover the shipping on this box. It already weighs. It's probably 5 pounds now. That book is heavy. Oh wow. Tyros is now sending bags of gold. Shipping is going to be real. Shipping is going to be very real. Send hearts. People sending hearts. You guys are awesome. Yeah, one of the...
I ended up doing the map Neverwinter, but there was way too much detail and it all just looks terrible, so we're not going to include that one.
You think you just need to do it on a bigger piece of leather, maybe?
No. Essentially what I do is I take the image of the actual map itself into the Lightburn program, which is what I use to control the engraver, and then there's a trace function, and you can adjust the settings to trace more or trace less, and I think I just had way too much trace, so it ended up just like a black blob.
Can those of y'all that are on TikTok hear what's going on? What he was just talking about? Or is there too much background? You had a comment above. What was your comment, Tiger? A little, but not much. A little, but not much. Ooh, hold on, I'm scrolling back to see.
I'm looking to start making things for D&D. Where do you
Oh,
think she should start? I'm guessing.
It depends. So, are you looking to actually do D&D content, or craft something that happens to be D&D? Like, example, I'm not saying you're going to do this, but something like another object that happens to represent, hey, this is a D&D thing. Like my coffee mug. Or my other coffee mug. Or my coaster. It's just a thing. Both. Find something you like to do. And then do D&D versions of it. My wife, she likes to, besides read and write, she likes to crochet. So she has made like little gnomes. She's made like little barbarians. She's made some like D&D pillows, which were, like just like weapons, just crocheted weapons. So just all kinds of little things like that.
That would be awesome in the box. Weapons.
It would, but she's given all those things away. She's made those for gifts.
Yeah.
And I can't get her to she works on her own time frame. So yeah, Tiger Dragon, just whatever you like to do. I mean, you can even craft dice. I like doing dice. I've actually made some. The problem I have with it is with the molds I have, there's a lot of sanding involved. And yeah, I don't like doing that. But I've taken some of my bad molds, ones where it like didn't even get like half of it, and I've glued magnets to them, and I've stuck them on my fridge. So my fridge has got a bunch of different dice on it that were incompletes. That I said, you know what? Let's just glue some magnets to them. Yeah, start resin castings. Any
stained glass miniatures.
Ooh.
I mean, stained glass would be awesome. I mean, I used to do that with a friend of mine, but yeah, that would be really awesome.
So yeah, just find something you like doing, and then put a D&D twist on it.
That's what my business started as. I got 3D printers because I was interested in them, and then eventually I got to a point where I started selling stuff out of it.
See, I would love to get a 3D printer, but I no longer need one. I now have a friend that has one.
True. That way you can just skip the learning curve.
So I got into D&D because of mini painting. I got into mini painting. I worked at a game shop, and the owner of the shop came in one day and did a painting demonstration. And he was using, I'm not sure what, they were probably Warhammer minis. And he wasn't like one of these painters that actually goes into all the little detail and everything that you see. We're talking, people who could paint minis. He showed me I like my purple worm. Just leave my worm out of this. He showed me just a basic dry brush technique which works perfectly fine for what I do. I call them slop and goes. They're just enough detail on there to go, hey, I know what that is. And they're good to play. And I don't worry about them getting chipped or broken because they're, just real quick paint jobs. $3D printing can be expensive to start off.
You have no idea.
You can join the Discord and go talk to Freeze. He'll give you some what not to do's.
See, the printers themselves aren't expensive, but then you start getting into upgrades. And then eventually you're like, well, one isn't enough because this one's running for the next 3 days, so I need a second one just so I can do other stuff.
Hi,
and that one
owl
gets
jelly.
tied up. I'm like, oh, I just need just one more is fine. And it's just an endless cycle, and now I have laser engraver.
So how are you doing tonight? Did you start your cooking show yet? See, your husband told me about that, and now I'm just waiting. So yeah, for those of y'all that here they go.
Confusion spell is successful.
No, I did receive something from some people the other day. I got this. I haven't had a chance
the Heroes Facebook.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to cook anything out of it yet. I've got to go through and find some recipes and get all the ingredients listed, and then actually do some shopping for the ingredients. I've got that one, and I've got the Elder Scrolls book as well.
Did I post in the council room who that was from earlier?
That is from
Oh no, I didn't look at it. It's in one of your videos. So.
it's from Timothy Mashburn. He got right there. He just posted.
Yep.
It was, and Al Jelly's your wife, correct? That's why I grabbed the book, because I saw them pop on here. So thank y'all for the book. I will be doing some. Yep. I will be gathering some ingredients up soon. So one of the days when I do these lives, you might see me eating something that will actually cook out of the book. Ooh, she's making truffles. Truffle chocolate. Ooh. That sounds good. So things are happening. Weapon bone. Oh, there's all kinds of things going on. Hello, Dragon Zord.
Yeah, we got a few new members tonight.
Now what?
We got a few new members tonight.
Yes, I have noticed. There's all kinds of things. I keep getting notifications all over the place. So yeah, Tyro.
Fire.
Discord's up to 171 members.
171 members.
We started at
started at nothing. Okay, we started at nothing.
So
when that Discord hits 200, somebody on Discord's getting some dice. What's the difference between a half dragon and a dragonborn. Okay, that's easy. A half dragon is literally has one parent that is a dragon and one parent that is another dwarf, elf, human, something else. Whereas a dragonborn should have been born a dragon, but was cursed by. No, they weren't blessed by the either Baphomet or Tiamat, and they were born as a humanoid dragon. They're dragonborn, so they actually hatched out of shells. Whereas the half dragon is one half dragon, one half like a half elf type situation. And then you also have
bard with drunken escapades.
Yeah, and then you also have dragonkin, which is something completely different, which is kind of a mix between the two of those. More dragon than either the dragonborn or the half dragon. Are you asking if there's a mini section on Discord?
No, to me.
Well,
No, there's not.
really, but we could definitely make a.
But if we need to
section.
create one, we have that power. We can
They have
build
like an area to post minis you painted, or like a request for it though.
That's a good question.
If they want to request minis, go see Freeze Production.
Yeah, if you're looking to purchase, you can go into our Market Square. All right. So we have
commercial access to every single monster in the 5e monster manual.
Ooh, yes. I'm sorry.
With the stipulation that if you want the Tarrasque, you have to buy me a different printer because my even cut up the printer I have cannot produce the Tarrasque in resin quality.
Oh wow, because it's huge.
Yeah, the smallest piece of the Tarrasque cut up is twice the size of my build plate.
Wow.
I could print it in FDM, which you're going to lose detail on, but I can get those pretty decent.
I've decided that once I finally do a Tarrasque, it will probably be in my home game. All right, thank you. I've been practicing that evil laugh for many years. When I do a Tarrasque, it will be in my home game, and I've already found the toy at Walmart I'm going to use. There's a very large dragon-esque toy, T-Rex thing, and I'm going to just bring it home and mod it with hot glue and Sculpey and everything else to make the Tarrasque. The Tarrasque.
One of my oldest friends, who's also a DM, found this dragon toy at, it was either Walmart or Meijer, and it was about the same size as a gargantuan dragon. He just took like a plastic like lid from like a Tupperware container and like glued it to that base, and the base was perfect for the size.
And that's what I'm planning on. Once if I ever bring a Tarrasque in. The last game I ran that got close enough to it, they ended up creating a new god. That was also the last game I ran in Faerun. In the Forgotten Realms. The rest of my games since then have been all in my home brew campaign setting.
Now here's a question for you. There was an old 3.5 book. It was kind of like a setting like the Forgotten Realms. It was called Oathbound. Have you ever looked into that?
I've never heard of that one. Let me be fair. Once 3.5 came out, I stopped playing Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I hands down put the game down and walked away from D&D. I went and played Rifts and everything else that was out there and walked smooth away from Dungeons and Dragons.
You didn't like 3.5?
I was pissed because I'd just gotten all the books for 3, and then they come out with 3.5.
You realize it's basically the same edition, right?
I know. That's not the point. It was, how could you do this? How could you just, re-release the Player's Handbook, re-release the Dungeon Master's Guide? It was, I was done.
There were such minor changes between the two that you could use both in either one.
I know, but I wasn't having it. I was done.
The one thing that they took out of 3rd edition for 3.5 that I was really pissed about was Able Learner. I loved the feat Able Learner.
What I liked about 3.5, and I would love to see a version of it, and 5e, is the Prestige class. I know.
Honestly, all the supplements and stuff that they added for 3.5 is why I love the edition so much, because character customization is endless because of that.
Well, I mean, you can do a lot with 5e, and I know that was the thing. 3.5, don't get me wrong, it was a brilliant idea. Just at the time, I was done. I mean, I just spent all of this money, and you come out with all the new sets of fuck you. Yeah, it was different spelling.
Everybody wants all the 2nd edition stuff, and the prices to get 2nd edition books at this point is outrageous.
Oh yeah. 2nd edition. I think I just like. And I'm gonna count 3.5 because 3.5 is it's a good system. But I've liked all the odd editions. 3rd edition got me back into D&D, and then it quickly got me out of D&D. I skipped 4th edition completely.
We don't talk about 4th edition.
Yeah.
And 5th edition got me back into playing Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I've played a lot of fantasy RPGs, but not D&D.
Dragon's Lord, if you can hear this, join our Discord. There is a Looking for Group channel.
Yeah, did you hear that, Dragon Zord? If you join the Discord, we have a Looking for Group channel on there. So there's all kinds of people on there looking to either join a game or run a game. And for those of you that missed it earlier, I will be running a game on Discord once a week as a first come first served basis. 5 to 6 players. You can come in there, you get a game, and then if you miss it the next week, well, you missed it the next week. But it won't be a continuous story. It'll be one-shot adventures. Oh, 5e is not a little rough. 5e is easy. 5e is good. What I like about 5e is the storytelling aspect. I believe it allows for greater storytelling. Less of the number crunching. Less of the... Can you play a halfling wizard? Why, DM Jingleheimer, yes you can. But you can't do anything that your kids do.
Honestly, pretty much my only gripe with 5e is what they did to this field.
Yeah, I don't care for the skills part of 5e, because that was, I started playing in 3.5, so I was all about the skills and that kind of being able to do certain things.
Al Jelly, where are y'all at?
Iffy.
Because about 4 years ago, I moved up here from Louisiana. So when you say down here, I'm not sure where down here is. I guess I could. Oh, yeah, that came from Amazon. No, the skills. I don't know. There were a lot of skills in 3.5. I don't know. I do like there were some skills that I think they needed in there, or they should still be in there. But you can always add those in. The ones that you feel like you need. I personally like the way 5e is streamlined. Now, 3.5 ain't got nothing on skills. You want to talk about a game that's where you got to deal with skills? You go play Rifts. That's got skills. And all of the skills are still based on percentile rolls. So you have to roll a certain percentage to achieve something. It's a lot of fun.
There was one system that I was playtesting where in the magic system of it, if you could imagine it, you could do it.
Mage the Ascension.
Oh, I love Mage the Ascension. Augusta, Georgia? Yeah, I'm not going to Georgia. It's too hot down there.
Hey, Georgia's nice.
Yeah, not going to Georgia. I lived in Texas and Louisiana. It's hot down there. That's why I moved north.
Alright, I'm gonna jump off. Let me know what you end up deciding for which map and send me the information for that.
I think you should just randomly pick one and just ship it, and we'll discover it together.
Roll for it.
Well, there you go. Assign them numbers and roll some dice. How many maps you got?
4.
4. Where's my D4 at? Get over here.
Or you can just roll it in Discord.
I could, but that wouldn't be. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I was about to get really worried and have to start looking where I walked. Because that's a D4 I don't want to step on.
Culture.
D4 worse than a Lego.
Map number 2. That's the map.
Alright, let's figure out what that one is.
Okay, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I miss Texas. I enjoyed Texas.
It's alright.
I'll always be a Texan at heart. But when I came up here and looked at and saw that the seasons actually change in this state, yeah, I moved.
There's actual seasons.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Alright, map number 2 is Skyrim.
The Skyrim map. Wait, something just popped up here. What? Gas is cheap there. Can you actually get fuel there?
I don't know, so...
'Cause, I know there's been some issues.
I've been working from home so long at this point, I think I might have been in a gas station in the last 6 months, maybe.
And I know there's some gas issues down south. Central Texas is currently in the wet season. We're at in Central Texas. Because I grew up 104 miles north of Austin in a little town called Goldthwaite, Texas, in Mills County.
You can't get gas in Georgia?
No. Right now, 8 of the 10 gas stations near me are all out of gas.
That's what I had heard because of the gas line that went down. Because of hackers. Wee bit south of, grew up in Port Arthur, Texas, wee bit south of Waco. I know where Waco's at.
It's about 45 minutes away from me.
Really? That's not, yeah, I was, see, Waco, see, Gatesville, I'm trying to think what the closest large town would have been, and I say large town. You had Brownwood, Dallas Fort Worth.
Brownwood is kind of near Abilene.
Yeah, I was 33 miles from Brownwood, 50 miles from Gatesville. I'm not sure how far that was from Temple. And Waco, Texas. Yep, I grew up on a farm.
Skill-based D&D, we can go back to AD&D.
I love you some Thaco.
To hit armor class 0, strength plus strength minus dex plus purple because aliens don't wear underwear.
Yep. Thaco is an amazing thing. We want to have fun with a. You talk about. I love D&D. But my second favorite. Y'all need to check out Rifts. Any of the Palladium things. They've got. You talk about customization. If you can think of it, there's probably a character class made for it. There are well over 100, well, probably closer to 200 playable. You have character classes, which are called OCCs, occupational character class. Then you have RCCs, which are called racial character classes. Then you had PCCs, which were psychic character classes. Each of those have well over 100 possible character classes within them. It's just crazy. Each book they said,
I have a wilderness scout.
Oh, so you've played. You
Yeah,
played.
I had a wilderness scout with a the sit down power armor.
So you had with sit down with the glitter boys?
No, the glitter boy you stood up in, the sit down one, it was it looked like a giant robot, but it was actually considered power armor.
Yep.
Free is showing the map and Discord.
Oh!
Ooh, goody.
So if you're in Discord. Oh, it's a Skyrim map. Oh, that is nice.
It's also on Twitch as well.
So it's a Skyrim map. Laser printed on leather, which is going in the box.
I mean,
That is at least a $40 value right there.
and just for shits and grins, we'll throw one of these in too.
Now That may not make it into the box. Just saying.
Alright, that's one for you.
I can't guarantee that's going to make it into the box.
Or actually, we'll send the purple one to you.
I kind of like that teal one.
Yeah, I think the teal.
I think the teal one
was.
actually came out the absolute most. That is gorgeous. Which room?
Yeah, this is supposed to be orange.
Okay, hold on. There's some things happening over here. I'm sorry. What have I missed? Okay. How powerful can a Hexblade Warlock be? I don't know. You're just going to use the Eldritch Blast? Pretty good. Cool. I missed all the amazing stuff. What happened in Waco? Oh.
Yeah.
David Koresh.
Yep. As far as... Awesome. I can't wait
Ooh,
for
Nitro.
you to start doing that. Because, like I said, I'm a big man. I like food. And I will definitely be watching the cooking channel.
I think you should cook something from the dwarf menu.
Well, Owl Jelly. I'm gonna put her on the spot here. And her husband are the ones that sent me the book, and she's been talking, or he told me that he's been trying to talk her into doing a cooking show, a cooking thing on here. So we'll see.
I'm jealous.
I do
want that
appreciate
book.
it, and she plans to use the book. Awesome.
Alright. I'm out, guys. Have a good one.
All right, have a good
Take
night.
care.
Let it freeze.
So I think that was all the announcements. I think that covered everything.
I think we did, yeah.
I will definitely be signing.
Did I see it? Did I see the burger video? No, I haven't seen the burger video. I don't think. No, thank you for coming to the live. So I will be doing the after all of this is over with. I will. And I'm going to tell you what. Those of you that are on TikTok, thank you for coming and watching. If you still want to continue the conversation, please move on over to our Discord, and we'll continue the conversation over there. I'll be on there for a little bit longer. If not, thank you for showing up. I do really appreciate it. And
I think that us get up to 21, 22 people on TikTok now in live.
yeah, I think we got up to 22 people on here. Thank you all for coming. And again, I do appreciate it. And you all have a good night and go forth and roll some dice. Bye-bye, everybody. Now, where's that button? Now that they're gone, let's tell you what really going on. No.
You are so wonderful.
Whoop.
Alright.
We had somebody pop in and then they disappeared. And then they're back.
That's Tiger Dragon.
Tiger Dragon.
Hey,
Tiger Dragon.
how you doing?
Just still now we can actually bullshit and stuff.
We are still on Twitch as well, if you want
Yep.
to hit that one.
Yeah, let me do that. So those of you that are watching on Twitch, which I don't know how many people are actually on Twitch. Let me get over here to my Twitch. I got 4 of y'all on here. Why don't y'all come over to the Discord?
I'm one of them, so
Okay, there's 3 of you. So you can come over and check out our Discord. It's the AMDM. You know, it's the AM. I'm AMDM everywhere. Oh, that was supposed to change. So yeah, come over to Discord, and we'll continue the conversation over here. Other than that, have a good night. Thank you for coming. Go forth and roll some dice.
Tiger Dragon's actually playing in my game on Wednesday.
Yep.